Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily chart is still holding above support, but has entered the support area yesterday. That is relevant for our white scenario. The white count is the bullish one. And in this bullish scenario, we're tracking a potential diagonal pattern to the upside. Wave 1, wave 2. Wave 3 would still be in the making. Should get to the 138% extension. Then a wave 4, then a wave 5. This would be my bullish scenario. And in this scenario, we're currently in the B wave pullback with support between 55,480 and 60,837. The price has, with that dip down again, followed the micro count yesterday. We talked about that in the last video. Just want to explain again that this is the main support area, and the $55,480 level helps us distinguish between the more bearish count in yellow and the white count in white, the bullish count in white. Okay. The yellow count would also be overall bullish. At least the price would have a chance for another reversal down here around 43 to maybe 45K. But it would obviously open the door also to a more bearish interpretation. So ideally for the bullish count to remain quite clear, we need to hold 55,480. Now I have to say again, you know, it's not clearly impulsive to the upside, which is, or it's not impulsive at all, which is why probabilities are just quite balanced in the current market environment. Okay, it's just what it is. It's the current sentiment, the current market, indecision and so on. But still, I tend to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt as long as we're holding above 55,480. What I want to say, and it's I think easier to understand here on the daily chart. Again, the white count is slightly preferred as long as we hold above support. Now that will change below support. But what I want to share is, at the moment, the thesis is that we're moving down in wave C of B. Now, at this stage, this B wave, which likely topped on Monday, could still morph into something more complex. This is nothing I could predict, yeah, because B waves just do that sometimes. It is something to be prepared for, however. So that would mean that this B wave, yes, never finished. So A, B, C in wave B before we come down. You see, it would only delay that sell-off a little bit. Why do I say that now? Because this is now the space, the spot. 1 second, didn't want to click the replay button. This is now the spot from where that could happen. Or let's say from where that should happen. If it happens, it should happen from where we are now, before we take out that swing low from Thursday. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame count, and let me just see. Yeah, okay. And before we dive into the micro here, on the weekend I'm going to send out again our newsletter, so you can register for that. Just wanted to give you a heads up. You can do that on our website in the resources section, and you click on newsletter, and then you can just sign up completely for free. You find a direct link in the description as well. And we plan to introduce some like special offers, some events in the newsletter in the future. So it's something new and exciting is coming up there. It's nothing set in stone yet, but the newsletter as it is already provides, I think, a ton of value. So you can check it out, and then possibly sort of in November, there'll be some special offers, events and so on. So I'm looking forward to that. Something new there. That will only be in the, for newsletter subscribers, so you can check it out. Again, it's for free. So let's take a look at the shorter time frame chart then for Bitcoin. So this micro count hasn't really changed since yesterday's update. So if you watched yesterday's video, the last video yesterday, then you're already very familiar with the micro count here. And again, the idea is that this B wave topped on Monday. Not the B, this is the Monday high here, yeah. But obviously we started the decline here in September, yeah. And the idea is, in the white count, this was an A wave. This is the B wave top, Monday. And we're now coming down in wave C. And we would complete that correction down here and could then start to rally to new highs towards 75K, as I just showed you on the daily time frame. This would be the most straightforward pathway for the price to take. You've seen in the last few days that the price reacted nicely to micro resistance levels. We saw the first 5-wave move down from the Monday high, which was the heads up that we would go down lower. Now that we've reached Fibonacci support, obviously the buyers are coming in again, which is expected. But it now, the price now needs to hold below a certain level to keep the downside pressure alive. And I'm just looking at the chart, I'm thinking, well, this is exactly where the bulls could turn up to make this entire correction a little bit more complex, to waste a little bit more of our time, right? And therefore, I just wanted to let you know, look, this would be the direct pathway, right? I mean, this is what I'm naturally tracking, because it would be the ideal direct pathway, but prices aren't always moving in ideal patterns. So in this case here, white count, white micro count as well, should take us to around about 58K. And there is a resistance area, and if it breaks, something different is going on. And that's between, well, 60,950. We've entered that already. That's not a problem. That's actually expected. Talked about that yesterday. And 61,711. Now that's a level, if we break above it, something different is going to play out, most likely. It's all about probabilities. But would it really change anything? Not really. I've highlighted here on the smaller time frame in blue. And this is the count where we say, okay, this B wave, if it never finished on Monday, it can just extend. It morphs a little bit. It wouldn't really change anything. It would just mean we are ranging a little bit longer. Okay, so this would be, instead of having A, B, C and the C wave in the direct pathway, we're dealing with an A, B, C in wave B, a more extended one. Okay, so this small ABC is turning into a larger ABC. And instead it's then wave A to the downside into the Thursday low. This is the B wave and this is the C wave. So that B wave that presumably topped on Monday would simply extend. I just showed it to you on the daily chart. And I thought when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it's a bit easier to understand. Essentially, I just need a bullish alternative, a directly bullish alternative if the resistance breaks. And we know how these cryptos and also Bitcoin, they love to morph in the microstructures. And this is especially now that we've hit support. And if we don't get the clean 5 waves down in wave 3, then this is likely what's going to happen. Yeah, so watch out for that. That can't be predicted really, but I think it is quite likely. Okay, so but that is, you could say, part of that white scenario. It's just that the internal, let's say the completion of that correction will be delayed by probably a couple of weeks or so. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.